Well, hello, it's Bears back. This is about some tips that may help you if you're, wanting to start impressioning. Now, this is the WB I did in 294 where I had it picked open. Video 294 where I had it picked open, and I felt it with felt how deep the pins were. With the pick, got an idea how my depths would be. So I went out and slapped it in a vise out back at the my workbench, and in amongst all the other stuff I was doing, I'd go out every now and then and put the key in and wiggle it, run it, and bring it back in and look for the marks, like well, you do. But then sometimes you get confused because it's not marking well. So what I do if it's not marking well and I'm not really sure if that's a good mark or not, is I'll take my file and then I'll take 1500 sandpaper, and I'll just wrap it around my file and just smooth them out. That way I'm not taking off a bunch of metal. I'm just smoothing it out to give me a nice flat looking surface so I can tell if it's a good mark or not. And then I got down just so far, and this is the key. I got down just that far and it started to crack because I was going from up here from the start, and it's just too much for it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but right here there's a crack going across, and then down here there's damage where it's breaking. So I don't know if you can see that curvature to it. Yeah, when you're tensioning and you're rocking it and stuff, and then if you start getting deep cuts, it takes a lot of stress. So what I did is I wanted to get these cuts started on the next blank. So of course I went and stuck another blank in there. After I cleaned it off, I used 600 grade sandpaper and I clean them off. And then I get the marks where they're at, and then I take my file and just set them, so I can see them better. So I know right where those marks are. And I thought, okay, well, I want to cut it to a depth. So I used the opposite end. I used the Westlock, and I started to use it because it's a zero cut with the blank. But then I thought about it, well, what am I going to cut them with? Well, I'm going to cut them with a Kwikset. So their starting point with a blank is 1, and the reason I use the Kwikset is because those marks and these marks line up fairly well, but these back bows don't. The back shoulders don't. So what I had to do was take this out to the cutter, set this in the cutting wheel part, because it's the one you're going to cut. Throw your little bar over that, your depth or not, space bar over or whatever, and set it in there and lock it down. And then I took this one, put it on the other side, on the guide side, and I put the cutting wheel right on the very first one, and then moved this one to where it's centered with the very first one of the Kwikset key. So then I checked all the cuts because I tightened it down there. I checked all the cuts that they were the same cuts in the same places. They were all centered. And then what I did was I took a marker, a real fine tip marker, and on the block that holds the keys in, I marked where the center of each one of these were And then when I changed to depths with the depth and space keys, I changed depths. All I had to do is line those marks up again and lock it down, and I was there. So that's how I got. And I took, where's that key? I took a couple of these. I took this one up one and this one up one, and I think I might have went up one with that one. I'm not sure, but I left these two here alone. And then I started marking. I started going for it from then. Now you've already got some cuts at that depth. You don't have to put that much stress on your keys. So I did that over a few days, in and out while I was doing other stuff. I've been pretty busy lately, so I haven't really got to picking locks and all that. And so I haven't taken this out of here yet. This was my final key for the lock, and that's where the depths are. So all I need to do now is I need to get the depths on this with the quick set, and then use the quick set keys, the depth and space keys, to cut it to those, and I'll have a good looking key. And then if I can find some WB original blanks, I'll just copy this to an original WB blank. And that's the thing about it is, guys, I like bringing this old stuff back to life. I just think it's so much fun doing it, and it makes me feel good that it's not just our picking pleasure, but the key actually works. I mean, you can tell right away that the lock actually works. So I'm on to the next one while I look for the key blanks. And so there you have it, guys. If you have a key copier and you get some and you have your depth and space keys, now especially this is a WB, so it takes the and this is an Ilco blank, it takes the S2, and it's the 01009 that fits these. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay legal and have fun. Bye. Well, you just saw me finish this lock right here. This one, the keys right here. It's all finished up. It's all good to go. Sorry about that. I took this one out, put it in the vise, and started doing a key for it, and I wasn't getting a mark like I wanted, and I thought, you know what you didn't do? You didn't go in and you didn't have this unlocked like you did this one and check those pins. Why didn't you do it? I don't know. So I did it. I came back in and I got it rocked open with Sparrow's double peak, and I started going down the pins with the pick. And first one was really shallow, so I put it as a 1. Second one was a lot deeper. I put it as a 3. Third one, going this way to that way, The next one was a 1. It was real shallow. Then a 2. And then a real deep one, a 4. And I went, you know what? That seems just like what I got through doing. And I went, are you kidding me? And I said, well, you can see the differences in these in the age. This one has that beveled front and the small little logo, and this has the big logo. I said, there's no way that's, I bet it's close. And then I picked this up and I stuck it in Do you guys believe that? Do you believe that? 2 different eras, same key works both. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. So that's my add-on. Thanks for watching, guys.